Let's get Dave Velasquez on with us now and get his opinion on this one here. How about this question, Coach? What's the identity of our basketball team right now?
Well, the identity is a hard-nosed, tough, defensive-minded team that needs to continue to share the ball on offense, go and play through J.J. O'Brien and get wide-open shots. And, I think we've done a pretty good job of it. We played for 29 minutes of sensational basketball against Boise State at home on Saturday. In the last 11 minutes, went away from our identity a little bit, gave up too many defensive rebounds, didn't share the ball quite enough. We took some hard shots, and we couldn't get the job done, but we have a huge opportunity tomorrow night versus a very good Vegas team at home to get a win.
Coach, when you see something like that late in ball games, is it inexperience still with the team still trying to find that guy and that go-to guy late in ball games? Where a year ago you had that guy that you could go to late in a ball game. Are you still trying to find that leader at the end of games?
A little bit of inexperience with Trey Kell out there as a freshman and Malik Pope being a freshman. But, we have enough veterans out there where our inexperience should counter with a lot of experience we have. And I think the team knows. I know as a staff we've tried to do our best to let them know that, JJ, getting the ball to JJ early in games, middle of games, at the end of games, doesn't mean JJ O'Brien is going to be the one to take the shot. JJ is just going to be able to trigger our offense and find somebody else because they're going to have to help on JJ. And if they don't, then JJ O'Brien's great at scoring one-on-one. So, I think our team knows what our identity is, who needs to have the ball at the end of games, but they're all very talented players, and they're all very good players. So, they have the confidence that they're the guy, but they know our offense is better when we go through O'Brien.
Aztec assistant coach Dave Velasquez here on the Corky's Hotline here on San Diego Sports Leader, the Mighty 1090. Is this team good at putting losses behind them and wins behind them? Because as you know, each and every single day you go out there, you don't want to get too high when the highs are high and too lows when the lows are low.
That all starts with our leader. Coach Fisher is the best at finding a way to not get too high and also not get too low and find that middle ground throughout the season. This isn't the first loss we've had. This isn't the first loss that's been tough that we need to come back and bounce back. I think as a team, we don't expect to lose. And so when we lose, as a staff, we look to see where their focus is the next day. They came back yesterday determined, ready to go. If we win the next two games, and you don't want to look down the road, but we got to win tomorrow. If we win the next two, we still get to put a banner up in that arena for 2015 Mountain West title champions. So we're looking forward to tomorrow, and I think our team is looking forward to bounce back. We've done a really good job over the years of not having back-to-back losses. That starts with our leader, Coach Fisher, and it trickles down through our staff and to our players.
What kind of problems will this Rebel team give us on Wednesday night?
They are really good at running at home. They are so fast in transition. They're going to play inside out a lot with Good Luck Okanobo, who is a top 20 recruit, and Chris Wood, who's on every draft board there is. They have some talent out there, and Pat McCaw, their point guard, is one of the best guards in our league, and he lit us up the first game we played him. He hit 3 threes in the first half, and they're going to present some problems with their talent and how hard they run in transition, and we got to do a good job of making them have to guard, and we're going to have to do our job of rebounding the basketball. I think that's one place that we've relied on all year. When our offense wasn't going well, when we didn't make a first shot, we at least got the rebound to get a second shot.
Coach, it seems the last couple of years, the last two, most to the point, teams had issues scoring. Why?
That's a great question. I think there's a little combination of a lot of things. I think if you look around, we don't have too many shooters. I think when our offense used to be really good, we had multiple guys that could shoot the three. I think a lot of it has to do with how well we play defensively. I think there's a give and take a little bit on being a top 5 defensive team in the country for 3 years. And I think there's, a little bit of drawback on what's going on offensively. But, I think fans panic a little more than coaches. I think coaches, we look at wins. I think coaches, that right?
Yeah.
Coaches, we look at wins. And I think we've done a great job of finding ways to win basketball games, sometimes ugly, But I think the Aztecs, 2 Sweet 16s, 5 straight NCAA tournament appearances, a chance to win the league back-to-back years. I think as a staff and as a program, players included, really feel that we've done enough on offense to put ourselves in position to win, but also then to finish the job and win the games.
Coach, I think you bring a great point up about, if you look at the traditional and historically traditional teams that play lights-out defense, like the Princetons, hell, even Wisconsin. I mean, traditionally just not big scoring teams. You put such an emphasis on rebounding and guarding the ball that, it may take away a little bit. Is that fair when you're talking about an identity of a defensive basketball team? Because you can look down at historically in college basketball, you never see both ends of the court done like that.
It's very rare. It's very rare, and it sometimes doesn't mean that if you're so good on offense that you're going to be bad on defense. And it's the same way that we feel. I think there is a correlation. Obviously, you want it to be a little better than we've been in this year at least. Last year we had a pretty solid identity. I think anybody that watched us play, I think any opponent that played us saw that Xavier Thames was a beast off a ball screen. I mean, he was a monster, and I think that was a good offense. But we were still top 5 defensively. That offense got other guys shots. That offense got Xavier a good shot. This year, playing through O'Brien, like I had mentioned 3 or 4 times before, has got our offense rolling. But the one thing at San Diego State, our identity is to play hard-nosed, tough defense. And Coach Fisher can't sub you out for every bad decision you make on offense. But I'll tell you what, if you don't follow the scouting report and you make a mistake defensively, you won't last very long out there.
Hey, Coach, good luck to you on Wednesday night against the Rebels.
I appreciate it, Dan.